Bethenny Frankel just revealed a surprising Hollywood connection that she once dated Jennifer Aniston's new boyfriend.
Jennifer Aniston is making her relationship with Jim Curtis Instagram official.
Hollywood just got a major shakeup. And this time, it's not coming from a movie set or a red carpet feud. It's coming from a confession. Bethenny Frankel, the outspoken business mogul and reality TV icon, has revealed that she once dated Jennifer Aniston's current boyfriend, Jim Curtis. You heard that right? The same Jim Curtis who's been spotted arm in arm with America's sweetheart Jennifer Aniston might just be Bethenny's ex. And the way Bethenny dropped this bombshell, calm, confident, and with a smirk that told everyone she knew exactly what she was doing. It all started when Bethenny casually mentioned on her podcast that she dated Jennifer Aniston's boyfriend about 10 years ago. Just like that, she sent the entire entertainment world spiraling. Fans didn't know whether to laugh, gasp, or rewatch every Real Housewives clip to see if Bethenny had hinted at this before. And if you followed Bethenny long enough, you know she never says something like that by accident. Before we unpack what really happened, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Because trust me, you're going to want to hear every twist in this one.
The actress posted a photo of the two November 2nd on Instagram to celebrate his birthday.
Now, let's rewind. Jennifer Aniston's relationship with Jim Curtis only recently became public. He's a wellness coach, hypnotherapist, and author. Basically, the kind of guy who helps people center their energy and heal their inner child. After years of being Hollywood's most beloved single woman, Jen's new romance made headlines for all the right reasons. She seemed happy, grounded, and finally done with all the tabloid chaos that followed her since her days with Brad Pitt and Justin Theroux.
I dated Jennifer Aniston's boyfriend. I want to say this in the right way. His name is Jim Curtis, and he's getting a lot of attention because he's with her now.
So when Bethenny's claim surfaced, it caught everyone off guard. Nobody expected her name to pop up in Jen's love story. And yet, Bethenny didn't sound bitter or jealous. She actually sounded amused. On her podcast, she said, "I dated Jennifer Aniston's boyfriend. He was a nice guy, really smart, really introspective." The internet lit up instantly. Twitter threads, TikToks, and gossip pages dissected every word, wondering, was Bethenny trying to stir drama or just dropping a fun fact from her past? To understand the full story, we have to look at who Jim Curtis really is. Jim isn't your typical Hollywood boyfriend. He's not an actor, not a producer, and definitely not a fame chaser. In fact, he built his career in the wellness world long before Jennifer came into the picture. He's the chief wellness officer at a health company, a motivational speaker, and even an author of a book called The Stimulati Experience. There, he talks about personal transformation after going through his own serious health challenges. And according to Bethenny, that deep, thoughtful energy was part of his appeal. She described him as calm and emotionally aware, something that made him stand out in a city full of chaos and egos. Their connection, though, was short-lived. As Bethenny put it, "We talked, we went out a few times, but it just didn't really go anywhere." She even hinted that their lifestyles didn't quite align. Bethenny's always been a fast-paced entrepreneur, while Jim leaned more toward mindfulness and slow living.
Yes, that is true. On her Just Be with Bethenny Frankel podcast, the former Real Housewives star said she dated Jim Curtis, the wellness-focused hypnotist Aniston is now seeing.
Still, fans couldn't help but notice the timing of her reveal. Jennifer and Jim's relationship became public just weeks before Bethenny made her confession. Was this a coincidence? Or was Bethenny subtly reminding the world that she's always been one step ahead when it comes to Hollywood's inner circle? Some tabloids painted it as a power move. Bethenny reclaiming a tiny piece of the spotlight during Jen's big romantic moment. But to be fair, Bethenny wasn't shady about it. She didn't insult Jen, didn't mock Jim, and didn't suggest any overlap. She actually sounded genuinely happy for them, saying, "They make sense together. He's evolved, she's evolved, it's nice." Still, when you drop a line like that in the middle of a podcast, you know people are going to talk. And they did. Every outlet from Extra TV to Page 6 ran with the headline, "Bethenny Frankel says she dated Jennifer Aniston's boyfriend." Now, what makes this story even juicier is the way fans reacted. Some called it a harmless coincidence. Two adults who once crossed paths, nothing more. Others saw it as Bethenny's classic PR timing. After all, she knows how to make headlines. Whether it's a feud, a confession, or a business move, Bethenny has mastered the art of staying relevant without sounding desperate. And that's a skill very few reality stars possess. Meanwhile, Jennifer and Jim were spotted out together in New York City just days after the story broke. They looked unfazed, even laughing as paparazzi followed them to dinner. One insider said Jen found the whole thing funny, since the relationship between Bethenny and Jim happened a decade ago and lasted only a short time. For Jen, it wasn't drama. It was just another day in Hollywood. But the internet wasn't ready to let it go. People started digging into old interviews, photos, and event lists to see if Bethenny and Jim were ever photographed together. Spoiler alert, they weren't. No red carpet sightings, no social media selfies, nothing. Their relationship was more of a quiet dating phase, long before either of them had the kind of fame they do now. Interestingly, Jim's past relationships have always been kept private. That's part of what makes this story so fascinating. He's the kind of man who doesn't post about his personal life, doesn't seek attention, and rarely speaks about his romantic history. So when Bethenny pulled back the curtain, just a little, it felt like a peek into a world we never knew existed. And here's where things get really intriguing. Bethenny didn't just bring this up to make noise. She used it to spark a broader conversation about how small Hollywood really is. She joked that everyone ends up dating everyone else at some point. And honestly, she's not wrong. Hollywood's dating circle feels like one giant loop.
Tell you young women why it's important for you to be financially independent, self-reliant. Because when a man tells you that they will not give you their last name until you see each other face to face, you can say, shove it up your ass.
Still, people couldn't shake off the curiosity. Why say it now? Bethenny could have easily kept that story to herself, but she knows how media works. Every soundbite, every reveal, every headline, each one fuels engagement, attention, and curiosity. And when your career is built on staying visible, a well-timed confession can do wonders. On the flip side, some fans praised her honesty. They liked that she didn't twist the story or pretend it was something bigger than it was. In fact, many said the reveal made them respect her even more. She could have spun it for drama, but instead, she delivered it with class. That's rare in a gossip-driven industry where every quote can be taken out of context. And while some tried to stir tension between Bethenny and Jennifer, insiders quickly shut that down. Reports say Jen wasn't offended, and there's no bad blood. In fact, some sources even claimed that Jen found Bethenny's comment refreshing. She appreciated the honesty, and that's very on-brand for Jennifer, who's known for taking things in stride. So what does this all mean for Jim Curtis? Honestly, it just adds a fascinating footnote to his story. The man has gone from a wellness expert to the center of Hollywood's latest gossip cycle, without even saying a word. And the truth is, he probably doesn't mind. His brand focuses on self-awareness, growth, and staying calm under pressure, qualities that definitely help when your private life suddenly becomes tabloid fuel. For Bethenny, this moment proved that she still knows how to dominate a news cycle. A single comment on her podcast reminded everyone that she's not just a businesswoman, she's also a storyteller who understands the power of timing. Whether intentional or not, her reveal gave fans something to talk about while positioning her as relevant and unbothered. As for Jennifer, she continues to live her best life. After years of high-profile relationships and endless media speculation, she finally seems content. Her connection with Jim looks genuine, rooted in shared values rather than Hollywood spectacle. And if Bethenny's past with him is truly ancient history, then maybe this small twist just adds a little flavor to Jen's new love story. The irony is that everyone handled this story the way adults should. No feuds, no public clapbacks, no messy subtweets, just honesty and class. Bethenny owned her past, Jennifer stayed calm, and Jim kept quiet. It's almost refreshing to see a Hollywood moment that doesn't explode into chaos. But, of course, in celebrity news, peace never lasts forever. If there's one lesson here, it's that timing is everything. Bethenny chose her moment perfectly, right when Jennifer's new relationship became public, but before the media could spin the narrative too far. And by doing so, she reminded everyone that sometimes the most unexpected people share history. It's not always scandal, and sometimes it's just life coming full circle. Fans are still buzzing about what might come next. Will Bethenny and Jennifer ever talk about it face to face? Could Bethenny show up on a talk show and spill more details? Or will they both move on, laughing at how one small comment took over the headlines? Either way, it's a reminder that in Hollywood, even the most harmless story can turn into a viral moment. Bethenny's reveal may have been brief, but its ripple effect is undeniable. It reignited public curiosity about both women, made Jim Curtis a household name overnight, and reminded us that the entertainment world is much smaller than we think. Every connection, every past encounter, it all loops back eventually. Whether Bethenny intended to stir things up or not, she did it with finesse. And now fans are watching closely to see if Jennifer or Jim will ever respond publicly. Maybe they won't need to. Sometimes silence says more than any statement ever could. So as this chapter closes, one thing's clear: Hollywood never sleeps. Even the calmest confessions can set the internet ablaze. Bethenny Frankel didn't need drama. Just a few words on a podcast, and suddenly she was trending again. That's pure star power, and she knows it. The big question now is simple. Was this just an innocent coincidence? Or a subtle reminder that Bethenny still runs her own narrative? Either way, it's the kind of story that keeps people glued to their screens. And you can bet this won't be the last time she shocks the internet. And that's what makes this whole situation fascinating. In a town built on secrets, timing, and fame, sometimes the smallest revelation can echo the loudest. Bethenny's comment may have been casual, but it was also unforgettable. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Hollywood's latest twist, hit that like button, drop a comment with your thoughts on Bethenny's reveal, and don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on all the celebrity stories everyone's whispering about next. Because in Hollywood, the next bombshell is always just one confession away.